Good evening, all. We have been engaging with folklores through film, art performances, and discussions for the last few weeks. And today, we are here to conclude our event. As scheduled earlier, we are about to start the closing ceremony of the second edition of the Nila International Folklore Film Festival. We will have the welcome speech by the festival director, Vinod Nambia, followed by Festival Chairman, Mr. Jairaj will give a presidential address. After that, the jury members will announce the most awaited results of the NIFFFI 21's Blackfyre Award. Thereafter, we will have a wonderful performance by Imrani Tiwari, who is a well-known blues artist. After that, Siddharth Aradat, the festival coordinator, will address the audience. From there on, we will have an open stage session where filmmakers and other eminent personalities associated with NIFFFI will address you. Vijayan Punatur, one of the festival coordinators, will give the vote of thanks, and we will end our ceremony with a beautiful folk song by the Violi Bamboo Band. Without further delay, let us begin our ceremony with a beautiful folk song.
No audio?
That audio.
You have to check the option when you share the screen. There's a checkbox too.
Do it in Chrome. You have share a tab option.
You're on mute, Siddharth.
I'm sorry, I have to take 2 minutes to do this. Vinodata, can you tell me how it is done?
Yeah, go to share.
Yeah.
And the bottom you can see a share sound checkbox.
Yeah, advanced sharing options.
Yeah, there are two options. You can two checkboxes at the bottom near to the share button, share sound. Just click on that. Yeah.
I can't see it.
Optimize for video clip. You can just click the share sound.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay, right. Just do that.
എത്രയും പ്രസാദിച്ചു നിങ്ങളുടെ പാതിവൃത്യതകം കണ്ടു ഞാൻ ചിത്തെ സന്തോഷം വർദ്ധിച്ചുള്ളതു ചിത്തെ സന്തോഷം വർദ്ധിച്ചുള്ളതു ആവാതല്ലേ വാറമ്മ നീടാമ സാരമായി വരും നിങ്ങൾക്കെന്തെന്നോ സാരമായി വരും നിങ്ങൾക്കെന്തെന്നോ വേണ്ടും മാലദൂതം വന്നിടാം പാരാതെ മമ സന്ദേഹമില്ലേ പാരാതെ മമ സന്ദേഹമില്ലേ നിങ്ങളിന്നു തരുവിക്കുവിന്ന പണ്ഡിതൻ മുനി ചൊന്ന വാക്കുകൾ പണ്ഡിതൻ മുനി ചൊന്ന വാക്കുകൾ ഭാര്യമാരതു വേണ്ടിട്ട് പൂർണ്ണ സന്തോഷമാൽ മോളിരുവരും പൂർണ്ണ സന്തോഷമാൽ മോളിരുവരും ആഗ്രഹമതുണവ തിച്ചു പുത്രന്മാരതു ആയിരമിനി ഉത്ഭവിക്കുവാൻ മോഹവും എത്ര മോദേനവ കാശ്യപനോടു എത്ര മോദേനവ കാശ്യപനോടു കദ്രു യാചിച്ചു നിന്ന നീതു അന്നേരം വിനദാ ഉണർത്തിച്ചു അന്നേരം വിനദാ ഉണർത്തിച്ചു രണ്ടു പുത്രരെ നൽകണം നന്നായി തേജസ്സും ശൗര്യവും ഫല നന്നായി തേജസ്സും ശൗര്യവും ഫല മുള്ളവരായി തിരുവീരണേ കാശ്യപനുടെ ഭാര്യമാർകളിൽ കാശ്യപനുടെ ഭാര്യമാർകളിൽ വേശാകസ്ലിനോദയോ നാശയെന്തെന്നോ നിന്റെ താപസ്യ നാശയെന്തെന്നോ നിന്റെ താപസ്യ മുള്ളാതോ പറഞ്ഞ
Vinodata,
Listen to
welcome.
them. Thanks for that. I think great beginning. The person who was singing or performing was Sudhir. I knew him for last 18 to 20 years. So this is the message what we have been trying to promote or share through YD or through the festival. You could see the kid, his son sitting close to him and singing. So what is happening to the traditional knowledge system is this is what is happening. The connection is getting or disconnected, the father to child or from generation to generation, the connection is getting lost with the various reasons. So the idea of film festival came to our mind almost 4 or 5 years back when we first heard about the Nepal Film Festival, and we are sending one entry from Kerala to Nepal to Kathmandu. In Kathmandu, there is a very interesting museum, and they were arranging very interesting festival. We came to know that through April from Mexico. She was referring us to the festival. We sent a video which talks about the art form, which is very popular in Kerala called the Kudachori. We are winning. I mean, we won the award, and unfortunately, no one was able to travel to Nepal. So they sent us the award to Kerala. So that's where we started thinking the media which people are interacting. It could be film, it could be audio, it could be any other medium. Can we connect that using folklore? So folklore or traditional knowledge can be connected to that kind of media. That's where we started thinking about having a media collective under Wiley. And luckily, last year, we got some synergy and we gathered. We had the first edition of NIFFFI last year, and it was a great success in terms of films and participation from different part of the world, different films and different discussions. And I should not be telling that every edition is changing or improving. I should be telling that every day NIFFFI is growing. So I could see that every day new ideas are coming up, new discussions are happening, new collaborations are happening. Unlike last year, this year we got very good collaborations. For example, there are very interesting institutions spread across India and abroad supporting this cause, especially like Sarpedia, the Sanskrit University in Kerala, and many institutions, Film Division and IGNCA. So whoever we are talking to, institution-wise, they all collaborating and extending support. And individuals, no doubt about it. Actually, the people who attended or attending this event is a classic example. Like, the very eminent personalities from India and abroad collaborating this event and supporting it. That shows the root for NIFFFI. And as in the beginning we mentioned, we know the pandemics really affected us. We couldn't plan anything physically, but I'll give a hope that most probably in December, end of December, during the Christmas time, we thought we have a small performing space in our village called Arangottikara. It's actually on the banks of the river Nila, where we all work for the river. And we are planning to have a small festival or screening of films. We're thinking about it because, as Samudan mentioned in the beginning, showing films to the local people and understanding the value is very important because many of the people are, or 80% of the people are, not afford to, get into the online space. So we are thinking that suggestion into consideration. So we are working out that option. And I believe that, as we initially mentioned, by 2025, we all will be gathered on the banks of River Nila, most probably at Chilpurati, and in the evening we'll be celebrating these kind of films and with the river and its culture and tradition and the inspiration from the river. So with that note, I think it's a great beginning and a great experience so far. And I really thank each one of you for coming, joining, and intervene in various sections as possible and collaborating it. And I'll get into my duty. So my duty to welcome all of you to this function. And I know there are very good eminent personalities joined this evening to cherish the grand finale of NIFFFI 2021. And we have received very good films from across the globe, and which talks about the importance of culture, tradition, and how to preserve it, or the root cause. And with that note, I invite all the people who have attended or joined this function, especially the eminent our director Jairaj is a Malayalam film director and well known in the film industry. He's our chairman. I welcome him to this function. And jury members, Kathy from US and Nina from Chennai and Amudan from Chennai, very eminent jury members. Then we have advisory members. Like there are, you can see the kind of many of the gray hairs here. They all tirelessly supporting us in the last 3 months. No doubt about it actually. So 3 months, the people they are working very hardly. So I don't want to name everyone and I don't want to miss out anyone. So I think there's so much of support from you. So I invite all of you to this great evening and warm welcome to this session. So I'll pass it over to Sankeet to take it forward. And please share your suggestions, feedbacks after this jury session, and we are looking forward to take it forward. Thank you so much, everyone. And once again, warm and healthy welcome with the Pulwama. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Jairaj sir, please.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Actually, this is a fantastic moment, mesmerizing moment, even for me. NIFFFI did a wonderful job. I think during the last few weeks, people excited with the movies. I would like to thank a lot of people. First of all, I think the festival director, Vinod Dambiar, who spent almost all his time for this great venture. And I would like to thank you. I think a lot of participants, 62 films applied. Unfortunately, we selected 12 films, but at the same time, we thanks every filmmakers of all these 62 films, because all are good. We are actually confused to select. And in the section of Panorama, there are 11 films. Thanks a lot for filmmakers, one who made this kind of wonderful films. And in the In Focus section, we have 4 films. And Vinod Raja's great support. And I think this particular time, NIFFFI is excited with the presence of wonderful jury members across the world. I think that's a treasure, because once, if you are considering a film festival, first of all, we are looking to the presence of jury members. Who are the jury members? So for NIFFFI, this is a treasure. Thanks a lot, all the jury members, and everyone participated in this festival. I think this is an experience not for Malayalis again, almost all Indians and across the world. This is a very different experience. I think it's very rare to watch this kind of films. Of course, we are rebuilding culture. We are recreating nature. We are assuming and imagining a lot of things, and with the combination of nostalgic memories. As Vinod said, we have a lot of dreams in the river banks, the banks of Nila. We are all going to gather. I think a lot of people miss this festival because of this pandemic situation. But at the same time, with all these limitations, we create a magnificent expression to the world. As I said earlier, the presence of jury, the presence of films appeared. Everything is the expression of still we have treasure in our hand as classics. Maybe all our traditions and recollections of all the musical aspects, traditional belongings we are recreating in this particular moment with all the expressions. I would like to say thanks again to all the participants and everyone. Let's meet next time with more exciting movies and more experiences. I would like to say a few words in Malayalam also. മലയാളത്തില് ഒരുപക്ഷെ കേരളത്തില് മാത്രമല്ല ഭാരതത്തിലും ലോകം മുഴുവനും വളരെ അപൂർവമായി മാത്രമേ ഇതുപോലൊരു സാംസ്കാരിക കൂട്ടായ്മ കാണുവാൻ കഴിയുകയുള്ളൂ. ഇത് ലോകത്തിന് തന്നെ ഒരു മാതൃകയാണ്. വിനോദും സുഹൃത്തുക്കളും ചേർന്ന് ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രശസ്തരായ ജൂറികളെ നിലനിർത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് അണിയിച്ചൊരുക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് ഇത്രയും അധികം സിനിമകൾ പ്രേക്ഷക ഹൃദയങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുവാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത് പ്രകൃതിക്ക് കൊടുത്ത ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സമ്മാനമാണ്. ഇത് മനുഷ്യരാശിക്ക് മുഴുവൻ ഒരുപക്ഷെ ചെറിയൊരു സ്വപ്നത്തിലൂടെ, ചെറിയൊരു കൂട്ടായ്മയുടെ സ്വപ്നത്തിലൂടെ നമ്മൾ പകർന്നു കൊടുക്കുന്നത് ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ മാത്രമല്ല, ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ മുഴുവൻ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സാംസ്കാരിക മൂല്യങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ സംഗീതത്തിലൂടെയും സിനിമകളിലൂടെയും ഒക്കെ നമുക്ക് വീണ്ടും വീണ്ടും പുനർജനിക്കാം. അതാണ് ഇവിടെ പറയാൻ ഞാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു പുനർജന്മം ഫോക്ലോർ ഫെസ്റ്റിവലിലൂടെ, എസ്പെഷ്യലി നിഫിയിലൂടെ. There's a rebirth through NIFFFI. That's what I am trying to conclude. Thanks everyone. Let's meet again with wonders. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. Now I would like to welcome the jury members to announce the result.
Kathy, you're on mute.
Yes, I have construction noises in the background, so sorry if you can hear me.
Yeah.
So we can hear you.
We can.
Oh.
So can I start with a special mention?
Certainly, Amudan.
Yes. The special mention for short film category goes to Sindhu, a Subterranean Song, directed by filmmaker Pallavi Arora, India, with ceramist artist Shirley Bhatnagar.
I moved my computer together.
The exquisite animated film presents a creative representation of pottery sherds from ancient cultures of Indus River Valley that have been found and reunited in modern times. The film depicts pottery vessel motifs from the natural world that their makers employed with geometric and animal designs, and serves to tell a story of age-old artistic creation, seeming cultural loss, and subsequent rediscovery and rebirth in current times.
Shall I read the short film citation?
Yes, Dr. Indra. Yes, Dr. Indra, please go ahead.
Okay. It was very difficult to make this decision, but all the films were wonderful. Let me say that. The traditional Brazilian family Tatu, directed by Rodrigo Senna, is awarded the Blackfyre Award for the best short film at NIFFFI 21. Congratulations, Rodrigo, I can see you. The film explores significant changes in an indigenous community in Eleuthero, Eleutério do Catu, Brazil, as depicted through documentary footage and interviews. Based on a photographer's return to a community he visited previously, intent on finding those he photographed on his earlier visit. The film conveys a powerful message that reflects the cultural and economic oppression of an indigenous group seeking to resist the systematic assault and erasure of their autonomous existence and their traditional ways of living. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, if, I can see Rodrigo, so maybe if he wants to say something, even if it is in Portuguese, you may speak, ma'am.
Só agradecer aos jurados, ao festival, ao tradutor, à pessoa que teve o contato comigo, que sempre foi paciente, e agradecer a todos por essa oportunidade de estar no festival, mostrar a nossa cultura, mostrar que os indígenas do Catu estão vivos e resistindo a essa forma capitalista que nos leva para um lugar tão feio e tão destrutivo. Então, é com muito prazer que a gente participa de um festival que fala de assuntos importantes e que é num local geograficamente tão importante para nós, como referência cultural também. Então, muito obrigado, muito obrigado, muito obrigado. Eu vou deixar aqui um escrito para o Siddhartha.
Rodrigo.
Thank you very much.
Obrigado, Rodrigo. Obrigado. Picked up a few words.
Okay. Congratulations. So
Siddharth.
let me read the special mention for long documentaries, long film category. Badshat Lear receives a special mention for the long film at NIFFFI 21, directed by Anand Raina. In the film returns to Kashmir, having fled with his family 2 decades prior, to work with bands, traditional itinerant theatrical performers from the foothills of the Himalayas, who were banned from performing. With guidance from Raina, and despite some resistance from local militants, the troupe of actors created an outdoor production of King Lear, enjoyed by an audience of thousands. The film represents a compelling cinematic document of the process by which a once vibrant traditional form was brought to life with resilience in a fraught contemporary context. Congratulations, Anand Raina and his team.
Anand, would you like to say a few words? Can't hear you.
I'm really thrilled with the special mention. I'm very glad to be part of this platform because, you know, folk art belongs to the people, and it challenges the status quo. It's profane, it's sacred, all at the same time. And I think it's great that we work on, you know, not only preserving them, but pushing it into the more sort of avant-garde direction and proving that it's not a thing of the past. It's actually very modern and contemporary. So I'm just very happy. Thank you so much.
Dr. Kathy, please go ahead.
Yes, I want to say how privileged I felt to be part of this jury. It has been a great joy to me to see the films and to be working with this jury. Journey into Kumi, directed by Jean-Francois Castel from France, with ethnomusicologist Johnny Courtet, is awarded the Blackfyre Award for the Best Long Film at NIFFFI 21. The film examines the remarkable diversity and significance of Kumi an overtone singing tradition found widely in Mongolia, documented through recordings and interviews. It also chronicles a tour of Kumi performers and musicians to France and Switzerland, where scientific research was conducted into the production of their distinctive form of overtone singing, and where European audiences were introduced to this unique traditional art form for the first time. Congratulations.
Well, I think it's the time to say something, and I'm really glad to hear this, and thank you, all of you, the festival organizers, the jury committee, and all the participants to this wonderful initiative online. And it's how we can also spread some information about one little tradition from Western Mongolia in all over the world. And I'm really happy to know that all of you discovered maybe somehow this wonderful and very, yeah, I love this music, you know, so this throat singing, and it is very important for us for many reasons. First, making this kind of film festival focusing on traditions is really important to show to the world that, especially today, it is really important to keep those values and to transmit it, to spread it everywhere. Secondly, to show also to the world that Mongolian tradition is not lost, but going further in its own way. And it's really important to share this and to show you this tradition and these specificities of the voice, which are amazing and wonderful. And fifth, it is a world heritage, and we have to keep it somehow in its contemporaneity, and spreading this through the film is something really important. And I know some of the musicians know about this competition because it was available online. Many people in the world were able to see this movie online. It has been released some months before the starting of the pandemic, you know, and it has been really hard for us to spread this film in the usual network. The previous film, Masters of Our Throat Singing, was spread like 300 times in many festivals, including the festival you mentioned in Nepal. So for us, it's a kind of link that's our project, and this music can be shown in Asia and in the world, and it's really important. So thank you so much on the behalf of all the team of the film, the musicians themselves, and Jean-François Castel, who couldn't be available tonight. So thank you again. Merci beaucoup. Mash Bayatla in Mongolian.
I would like to call Pallavi Arora, filmmaker of Sindhu, who won
Yeah,
the...
hi, and Shirley as well, actually.
Shirley as well, yes.
Yes.
Hi, Pallavi.
Shirley here. Hi, just wanted to say thank you so much. It was lovely to be a part of this festival and to see the other work created. It was really very special. And yeah, just thank you so much for this special mention for our film. And we're so happy that the film is being viewed by more people, and the interaction as well that we had was just very rewarding. So thank you. Shirley, would you like to add anything?
No, I don't think. She's not responding. Hi, okay. Shirley. Yeah, she's here.
Yes. Hi. Well, thank you so much. We were delighted to be part of the festival, and it's an honor to be, to have this special mention. And I couldn't watch all the films, but I hope to watch the selected films, more of the selected films on your channel.
Yes. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, Shirley.
Okay. Thank you.
Next up, we have a performance, sort of a fusion of blues and folk Indian songs by Imrani Tiwari, who's a award-winning filmmaker, music producer, and singer-songwriter. And she's made fantastic documentary films like Echoes from the Soil of Kashmir. And she's currently making a new film called Ruins and Remains in Maharashtra. And apart from being a filmmaker, she's also one of the leading contemporary musicians of India, trained as a classical singer, practices Hindustani and jazz. And then today for us, she has prepared a fusion of blues and a folk song in the Braj dialect. For those who don't know, the Braj dialect is predominantly practiced in the western part of North India, centered around Mathura, Agra, etc. Nalini?
Hi everyone.
We'll take a couple of minutes and fix the technical issues if there is any, Nalini.
Yeah, because I think voice is breaking from my end constantly, so I don't know if there's a network issue here.
It's just breaking. It's still breaking.
Yes, it's breaking, right? I don't know, right? I've tried to get my laptop at several places, but I don't know, still it is breaking. So I'm not sure if you are able to hear me properly. You're not, right?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what, I tried. Maybe I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes. Let me just check once again. Network, maybe let me try to use another network. And if you try, and I'll come back in 2 minutes.
Yes.
I think we can open.
Yeah, let me go ahead with the address, and then maybe we can start the open section as well, and then we'll come back to Nalini in a bit. So this has been a fantastic learning experience for NIFFFI. And during this process, we have stumbled and we have faltered. And at every stage of us falling down, there has been somebody who's lent their hand, without whose support we wouldn't have been able to continue. So the support is from all of these people assembled here. And it is with these people that we have managed to finish the festival with some grace. And initially when we started out, we were really worried about not getting enough films and not getting enough contacts. And then when I look back at all of it now, I think we have exceeded expectations. Last year we had a competition section and we had a single category. This year we have had a panorama section for the first time, and we have brought in an in focus section, which is something that we will continue doing. And while there are many names that I need to mention, I want to take 2 minutes and appreciate the role played by Vinod Rangan. Vinod is a graduate of motion picture photography from FTII, and his film centers around concerns like conservation values, tribal and nomadic communities, climate change, and he's currently working on the importance of shifting irrigation. So his films have given us a shape. His films have it's helped us shape the festival very well. And if I go back and look at the festival, I think the amount of interactions that we've been able to populate the last 2 months with, I think that is what the real strength of the festival has been in some ways. And we've been able to bring in a lot of people from various fields like arts, culture, film, and there's been a lot of rallying around these ideas, which has again helped shape the festival. So this is just a learning experience for us. There is plenty of mistakes that we have to own up to, and maybe after Mrinalini's performance, we can have a session where the jury members and participants and all of us can sit and perhaps have an open discussion on what can be improved, what needs to be fixed, what should the directions be. I would like to listen to all of you. So, Mrinalini, would you like to Check.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Is it better?
Excellent.
Cool. So firstly, I'd like to thank everyone over here. And I would like to thank you and Amritji for sure for helping me out and inviting me to the prestigious festival. I mean, it was like really so kind of him to ask me to do this kind of a collaboration of Braj and blues. And I also see Nina. Hi, it's been a long time. You know, it's so happy to see you here. And obviously, I want to congratulate all the filmmakers over here. Beautiful films. I got to see one of the films from the YouTube channel that you all have put in. So I think today what I'm trying to do is I'm going to do a mix of Braj. And Braj is basically a dialect, like Siddharth said, that Braj is a dialect which is spoken in the western part of UP, where it's Agra, Mathura, Vrindavan, those areas, Krishna areas, which are predominantly the Krishna areas. So Braj is a dialect which is spoken in UP, Uttar Pradesh in India. And there are dialects like Awadhi, which is there. Awadhi is spoken in the eastern part of in UP. There is a Bundelkhandi and there is a Purvanchali also that is spoken in UP. So basically UP is a mix of a lot of dialects, but these 3, 4, 5 actually are the common dialects that are spoken in UP. So Amritji and we were having a discussion yesterday. Hi Amritji. And we were having a discussion last night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this beautiful, beautiful festival. And I can see people from everywhere. I can see filmmakers and, you know, I feel so privileged to be a part of this entire closing ceremony. We thought, and then he asked me, do you do blues? So I was like, yes, I do blues. I'll be very happy. So then he said, why don't you do a mix of Braj and blues kind of, because it's a cry, because, you know, Braj is also a cry because a longing for Krishna, and blues is also a longing for your lover. It could be a beloved. It could be a beloved that you're actually you're crying for. Crying as in it's not like crying, but, you know, like it's a cry deep within that you want to express through lyrics, through music. So we thought of, he sort of gave me an idea that why don't you mix this Braj, which is a dialect, which is a local thing of UP, and mix it with blues and make this cry very international. So it was such a fascinating concept last evening that, you know, I was thinking, chalo, let me just do some blues or maybe just like very Indian classical, very folkish zone. But then I thought, okay, let me just mix an international folk concept with the very rooted folk concepts that I have learned since a kid, because I have learned Indian classical music. So I thought of doing a couple of Braj compositions, and I thought of doing it with blues. So I'm gonna, since I do not have any somebody who can help me out with keys or percussions or whatever, so I thought that maybe, you know, whatever little setup that I have at my place, I will try to put the rhythm on my keyboard, and I will try to sing along with it. So it is a programmed thing. There is no live instrumentalist or no live guy who is doing percussions with me. There is no live percussionist, but there is going to be something that I'm just trying to be experimental with my instrument. And I just want that, you know, we all enjoy, because today is the last, you know, the closing ceremony of the festival. So I thought, you know, we'll just entertain each other. You know, I would like to share my belief and my compositions and the compositions that I've learned as a kid while growing up. And I thought, you know, that I will just like do some melodies on the keys and I will play something on the keyboard, just experimental, so that we can enjoy, because otherwise I'll just be doing solo singing. So I thought maybe I'll just do some little bit of keyboard and percussions on my keyboard, programmed sound. Of course, it will not be live. So I'm trying my best. So first song that I will do will be a bhajan, which is in Braj. And it is, I believe it is a beautiful, beautiful composition, and it is for Krishna. And I'm going to do this. So just give me one minute of time. I'm just fixing up, because now I'm on my laptop. So I'll just play Tanpura on my phone and a little bit of rhythm on the keys. And then I will just get back to the bhajan. you all can hear me.
Yes, Mrinalini.
Okay, cool. So I will start this. Mare ghar aavunji, mare ghar aavunji, mare ghar aavunji, mare ghar aavunji.
Mrinalini,
Yeah, can you
we
hear
are,
me?
we are missing out on the high notes.
I'll try to be more louder. This.
I think a space would be better. Keep yourself slightly further away from the mic.
Okay, okay. Little away from the mic will actually, you're saying that you're not getting my high notes?
Yeah.
So little away then will actually make it more distinct.
Okay. You know better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
It's
try it out.
clipping
I'll
actually.
try to. It's sorry?
The highs are clipping actually. It's not coming.
Okay. It's clipping, yeah. Okay. Okay, try it. I'm trying it now. Can you hear the rhythm?
Yeah, faint, but you can hear it.
Now?
Yes, I can.
Mare ghar aavunji, mare ghar aavunji, mare ghar aavunji, Pritam pyara, Pritam pyara, Pritam pyara, Pritam pyara. Is it better? तन मन धन सब भेंट करूंगी, तन मन धन सब भेंट करूंगी, भजन करूंगी, भजन करूंगी तुम्हारा, भजन करूंगी तुम्हारा, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा. मैं निर्गुणी कछु गुण नहीं जानू, मैं निर्गुणी कछु गुण नहीं जानू, तुम सो बक्सन, तुम सो बक्सन हरा, तुम सो बक्सन हरा, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, मारे घर आवो जी, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा, प्रीतम प्यारा. Okay, so this is one of the Braj compositions. This is we say it's a little tricky how to manipulate the sound with the laptop and with the keyboard, because how you are hearing is also something which I have to manipulate, and I don't know how the sound is coming through your laptop. So it is a little tricky, but I tried, because see, my mic is here only. So my mic is attached with my listening. So I could just keep the this down, that to avoid the highs. I know you're saying basically it's clipping. So I also have to hear myself. It's a little tricky how to, I'm also trying to learn, do this live thing on laptops and trying to do this. So this is one of the, yeah.
It could also be because Zoom does this. Zoom tries to suppress the background noise.
Yes, I don't know if you were able to hear the Tanpura, which I was playing in the background.
You could hear it, yeah. Could hear it.
Oh, okay. Because the Tanpura is coming. I'm sorry, I'm explaining all these technical things, but Tanpura is coming from the phone. Keyboard has a different speaker. Laptop has a different speaker, because I could not use my phone. And then this has a different speaker. So which is why it's a little bit of a messed up situation, but I'm trying to manipulate it. So this was one of the Braj compositions that Meera ji is singing for Krishna ji. And this is again she's expressing her emotions and her pain, which is there inside her. And the other one that now I would want to come after this will be a blues composition that I wrote. It is called as Cuban Cigar. It's a blues composition, and blues is actually, it's black music, wherein black people, when they were suffering, when they were being slaved, so that is the time that how they used to express their agony, their pain through the lyrics, through the sound, through the songs that they used to write for themselves. So that's how I connect this pain and to this pain. And it was a beautiful idea to club both of these similar kind of blues together. And very interestingly, there is a scale in blues also, which is also very similar to the Indian classical scale. So, the scale is also, it's not that, if it's a Western, if it's a scale which is a Western scale, then, it will not be like in an Indian scale, it cannot be interpreted. Because even in an Indian scale, if you see the blues ka composition, which is sa ga ma pa ni sa, so that is again, this scale that I just sang. It is something that you can interpret it in blues scale also. So it is very similar. You can interpret the scale of the blues, which is again a very, very folk music of the West. You can interpret the same folk music even in Indian style also, with the same scale and with the same notes. So now, shall I go ahead with the blues composition, or?
Certainly.
So this composition was written by me. It is called as Cuban Cigar. And it's again, thinking about your beloved, and you're writing something, you're expressing. It's a very poetic kind of feel, wherein you're watching the sky and you're writing and you're expressing your thoughts. So it was just written like one of these winter nights in the night, expressing something like that. So I'll just play something on my keyboard. I'm putting it a little slightly this side. You can see my keyboard. Yes. I don't know how I will be coming in this together. Okay, so you can see me. Sometimes I will just put it on the keyboard, so then you can see me also playing the keyboard. Right now, I'll just put it like this so that you can see. Just give me a minute. I'll just set up the rhythm and everything.
Yes, of course.
Okay, am I audible? Can you hear me, Siddharth?
Yes, Mrinalini.
Okay.
Do you want to turn your video on?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. See you.
Yeah.
You can turn the lid a little. Are you standing?
Yeah, I'm standing because I can't play while sitting, you know.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, stand.
Smoking a Cuban cigar. Can you hear me? And can you see me? Okay, I'll just try to like sit and play. I'll try to.
Mrinalini,
Smoking a Cuban. Yeah.
you could pull down the lid just a little by 5 degrees so I can see your hands also.
Okay.
Like
See,
right now.
actually, the thing is that keyboard is at this level. So if I get up, you know, maybe I can bend down like this and I can play. I'll try to. Because this camera is, you know, this is.
And I was asking you to go the other way so that I can see the keyboard and your hands playing it.
Okay. So I go like this side, you're saying?
No, the way you were sitting was fine.
Okay.
And now pull the camera down.
Okay.
That's it.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Smoking a Cuban cigar. Looking into the silent sky. Smoking a Cuban cigar. Looking into the silent sky. Baby, are you there with me? Baby, are you there with me? Yeah, smoking a Cuban cigar. Looking into the silent sky. Baby, are you there with me? Baby, are you there with me? Long lost hope that dies. Baby, will you be mine? Underneath a thousand skies, thousand skies, a thousand skies. Da ba ba ba, da 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 da. There comes a night when we decide you and I will be fine underneath a thousand skies, a thousand skies, a thousand skies, a thousand skies. Yeah, so I'm trying to manage. It's a very, very difficult blues standard. So just trying to give myself a little bit of space with the keyboard, So yeah, so this is one of the things that, I wanted to sort of experiment this Braj and blues innovative concept. So it's lovely to, do something like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrinalini.
Yeah. So there is one more thing. I don't know if you have time. If you all have time, I can do one more.
Certainly. Please.
Okay. Okay, cool. So there is one, this is the last, maybe if how your time is scheduled. There is one song that I had written. This is more like a very celebrative kind of a zone wherein, there is a wedding happening in a village in UP. So my imagination was that, when a wedding happens, what exactly happened? What kind of ceremony is there? There is, exchange of garlands with the couple, and there is a lot of it's very festive, it's very celebrative, and I just wanted to write something. I wanted to basically compose something on this zone wherein everybody is very on cloud nine and whatever is happening around me. So there's this one song that I had composed, and I want to sing this song. I'm just going for a 1-minute setup again. I'm just increasing the tempo a bit. Yeah, now fixing the instrument. Okay, so I have to stand a little bit, Siddharth, because I'm having a little bit of problem with while adjusting the knobs. So I can't see the keyboard because keyboard has all the things. So I'm just standing. I'll try to fix it when I'm coming to the second verse. So here it is. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Dwar mure aaye banna, dwar mure aaye banna, banni ke lalanwa. Dwar mure aaye banna, banni ke lalanwa. Jhume man diniye gaaye naache Dharaganva, Jhume man diniye gaaye naache Dharaganva, Dwar mure aaye banna. So for all the people who can't understand the dialect, it's basically the groom is coming to bride's house for a wedding, and the bride is singing that, you know, he's come to my door for the wedding. द्वार मोरे आए बन्ना बंद के ललनवा द्वार मोरे आए बन्ना बंद के ललनवा झूमे मन दिल ये गाए नाचे घर गनवा झूमे मन दिल ये गाए नाचे घर गनवा द्वार मोरे आए रे बन्ना. You all can tap, huh? It's like this. If you all want to, you can sort of clap.
Yes.
You all can turn on your mics and you can do a little bit of this, you know, it'll be very nice. It's a very groovy kind of a song. द्वार मोरे आए रे बन्ना बन के ललनवा द्वार मोरे आए रे बन्ना बन के ललनवा झूमे मन दिल ये गाए नाचे घर गनवा झूमे मन दिल ये गाए नाचे घर गनवा द्वार मोरे आए रे बन्ना. You all can do this. 2, 3, 4. गीत संगीत बाजे डोले और नगाड़े गीत संगीत बाजे ढोले और नगाड़े नाचे हर कोई जम के जागे भाग हमारे खुशी से मन बावलो होवे लेवे सब बनेगा खुशी से मन भावरो होवे लेवे सब बधैया द्वार मोरे आए बन्ना. 1, 2, 3. Now the second one. लगन मंडप की शोभा स्वर्ग जैसा लागे लगन मंडप की शोभा स्वर्ग जैसा लागे दुल्हा दुल्हन के सिंदूर मंगलसूत्र डाले दुल्हा दुल्हन के सिंदूर मंगलसूत्र डाले 7 फेरे 7 वचन 7 फेरे 7 वचन अग्नि साक्षी दैया 7 फेरे 7 वचन अग्नि साक्षी दैया द्वार मोरे आए बन्ना. So yeah. I mean, so this is one of the very, very purest folk tunes that is composed in a very folk scales, because folk also has a scale. Like normally that I have observed is that all these folk people have a very Bhupali scale, which is also melodic major in the Western theory. So I think it is the folk tune also across the world. They have a very similar folk tune, you know, across the world. I've observed this because when I hear a melody somewhere in Africa or somewhere in Middle East, and then also in India, somewhere like, you know, parts of Rajasthan or Gujarat, I hear that the melody, the scale is, you know, it's very sort of similar. So that is amazing that how the folk identity is also very, very similar across the world in terms of the scales, the notes, the combination of the notes that has been used. So yeah, so this is how, I mean, however time permits, I can keep on going with my compositions. Yeah.
I suppose we will start with the open stage. Nalda, stay with us.
Yes.
Be part of this open stage.
Yeah. And I think lastly, I think whenever we are closing, I think everybody can be involved and everybody can sing, because I want to hear people singing and playing and doing something that I've never done in Zoom for the first time. Probably I'll be doing all the people around the world, you know, singing from their laptops and clapping and giving the rhythm, you know. That'll be amazing, you know, to do something like that. It'll be a very different kind of an experience for everyone and for me, of course.
We'll do that.
Where is Amritji? I want to know, like, how is it shaping up? I
Thank you.
really
Thank you
want
so
to
much,
know.
Mrinalini. It was fantastic. You created the mood. Yes. We shall overcome. What happened to that?
Yes, we'll do that. I don't know. I mean, if the time is permitting, I
Siddharth,
can.
a few lines of this song, I think it's very uplifting. Sing it.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Mrinalini, please.
Yeah.
Yes, so but I just want, if everybody around the world can just join me for this, I think it'll become very, very beautiful for me. So I'll just try. But I really want if some of you can put on your mics and
Siddharth will do it. Everyone
I'm
will.
certainly not going to do it. I do not have a musical bone in me.
Nina is very good from Paris. Kathy from America. Everyone will join you. Come on.
yeah. Nina also, I saw Nina. Nina can also, if she would want to,
Nina is from Tehran.
Nina's.
Mina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nina.
Hi, Nina.
So let's wrap it up. We shall overcome.
Yes, I'm just taking a minute to set up.
Yeah. You wanted Paul Robeson too. Siddharth?
Yes, I'm here.
Siddharth?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you offer a glass of wine to everyone?
Certainly.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great idea. Then I'll really feel that, her concert is like really going on.
Nina is having it.
I really hope that next year we can get together in Kerala
Yes.
and celebrate again.
You look so Indian, huh, Nina, with this
I
dress.
put my Indian dress on
Where did you
that
buy
I
it?
bought in Kerala many years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought it in Kerala. So I really.
Okay, where is Mrinalini?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I'm here, sorry. I'm here. So so I'd like some of you who can come and who can, sing along this song, We Shall Overcome. I think it's a very beautiful song. And today, actually, when, I was thinking about singing the song, I was thinking that, wow, I mean, this is like really, it was touching somewhere. Like I was singing this earlier, but, for some reason, when I was just thinking about it again, I thought that, yeah, this is like really very intense kind of a feeling that is there deep within the song. So I'm going to interpret it. It's beautifully sung by Pete Seizure, and I'm just trying my improvisation on the song. And please, I would ask somebody to some of
Also,
you all
it has
to please
become
join.
part
Yeah.
of folklore. Huh? See that? The song has become part of folklore, in a way.
Yeah. What song is this?
We Shall Overcome.
We
Yeah.
shall overcome. Yes.
Okay. Okay, start.
Okay. I think I don't know. Has it been translated in different languages? Maybe.
Yes, yes. In Hindi, is very, very. Kanu Roy had composed it. In Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, every language. Every language.
Oh, nice. So I'm singing this. We shall overcome. Okay, Siddharth, you want to just
I'll do this.
come on. We shall overcome.
Amra korbo joy.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Wow, Meghnad.
Jishnu, maybe you can do it in Malayalam, man.
Oh, please.
Yes, you have the partner now with the singing partner.
Now it feels like a show happening.
I don't know the Malayalam, that's the problem.
Sing English only.
Yeah.
Next year, she will be singing in Malayalam. Okay, Mrinalini.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Overcome. Someday.
Oh, deep in our
heart, I die to thee. We shall
overcome someday.
someday. Oh, that's lovely.
Lovely.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
हम होंगे कामयाब वो मन में है पूरा है हम होंगे
Wonderful. Oh, good.
We will walk hand in hand. We will walk hand in hand. We will walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe
that we shall overcome someday.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe
That we shall overcome someday.
we are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. And today, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. होंगे कामयाब एक दिन हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.
Thank you, Meghnad. Thank you, Mrinalini.
Thank you, everyone.
It was wonderful, wonderful. Winding up.
Thank you, Amriji.
What a
Thank you,
wonderful
Amriji.
sound, Nalini.
Thank you, Siddharth.
Siddharth,
Superb, superb.
superb. Siddharth,
Yeah.
your average has come down. Siddharth, Siddharth,
Yes, yes.
your average age with Mrinalini joining us has come down from 40 to 30.
Much needed.
Wonderful, Mrinalini. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Amriji. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you so much. It was so much fun with everybody around. I'm so glad, I could, sing and share some of the things that, I thought of, wanting to share across everybody from around the different parts of the world. It was such a fabulous experience. And, I was thinking that, okay, I don't know how the sound, because I'm also like getting used to the kind of sound that, I'm trying to sing along with Zoom, how it is reaching there. I don't know how much of the keys can you hear at your end, how much of the tanpura can you hear on your end, because I'm clueless to how is this mic responding to this and that. So that was a bit of thinking while when I was doing this. So it's an amazing idea, like being on Zoom and everybody, singing from different parts, and I'm so honored. It's a lovely idea, to connect like this, and probably this is like one of the few. In fact, I never did any live thing.
Nalini,
Yeah.
I am going to take the mic from you now.
Yes, please.
And can you send us the link if you want to listen to your voice more, and when we miss the festival, after maybe we can listen to your voice and remembering this nice ceremony that
Could you
you have.
share your SoundCloud or something in the chat box, maybe? We will
Okay,
also,
great.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to sort of start this open stage, and so before opening the open stage, I want to personally thank somebody, and this person has been there to guide me throughout this festival. So the first phone call that I gave to Amrit Gangar, he called me an IIT careerist. He told me that I am not an Adivasi, but he is. And since that day, he's been showing me the path. And he's been helping me connect with new people. Mrinalini today. Is Mrinalini gone? Mrinalini, please come back.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Yes.
Yeah, Mrinalini and Vinod Raja and so many people, so many wonderful, valuable connections. From
Mega
Dalton, yes, Mega Sriram Dalton, and and he has great ideas for the festival, perhaps more than me. He has such wonderful vision for the festival. So I want to let him speak, the first person in the open stage, and then maybe we can all follow suit. Everybody can say a few words about the festival and what it means to them, and what it could be, what the future could hold for us. And in the end, I will also wrap it up with some of the concerns that I have faced this year, and then maybe half an hour of a session. So Amritji, the stage is open, and I welcome you.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. And this is a great future. This festival, as I said, this is the only festival named after a river in the world. I'm talking about the world, which is itself is so significant, and it's folklore. Folklore is with us for time immemorial. It's not 1 or 2 years, but thousands of years. This we are carrying on. The song that Mrinalini sang from UP, the wedding song, it must be there in at least 1,000, 2,000 years, in people's collective memory. So what this festival is doing is actually expressing or giving a voice to collective memory, which we need to preserve. So this festival has many functions to play. And Kathy Herbert will agree with me because she's the specialist. This festival is so important, so significant. And with you, all the young people from IIT, so brilliant. You're artists. This festival is run by artists. You, both the girls that I had taught at IDC, they were students. They're brilliant. Savitri and Annie, who animated the signature film for the festival. They're so sensitive to ideas. So you are all Sangeet, and you have grand old man Vijayan. Where is Vijayan? Vijayanji, and this whole Vinod Nambiar, Vinod Raja, everyone. I think next year we can start from now, Siddharth. I have many ideas to share with you. We can start from maybe after a week. You rest for a while, and then from December, I think we can start for the next festival. And there are many ideas that we can shape this festival into a kind of model for the world to follow. And as Mrinalini sang, we shall overcome. This last hope that, and we are not afraid. This world needs you.
Yes,
this world needs Nila festival. This world needs pure water from Nila, the river. We have killed many rivers. We have polluted many rivers. What is happening in Delhi now? We know what happened after the Diwali festival. What happened in Kerala after 2018 to now floods? What is happening in Chennai now? Flooding. Why all these things are happening? We should be concerned. I think your generation, with Mrinalini generation, Annie and Savitri's generation, I think you will take up all these challenges. My generation, when we were young, of your age, we didn't have the access to what you have, this kind of global access, but you have it now. So let's share the wisdom. As I told when introducing Vinod Raja, how do we document wisdom? So we are documenting wisdom, which has been gathered over many centuries, by the mankind, and that's what you are doing. So all the best to you, your team, Vinod Nambiaji, and Jairaj. If Jairaj is around, Jairaj, we met and he helped me a lot in the film museum. He gave us costumes. I know Jairaj is a very important film director. He has adapted Shakespeare in Malayalam, and also Rasa Theory. 3 of them. Yes, 3 of them. And it's extremely interesting that you have Jairaj, the chairperson of this festival. So very good. Many best wishes to you. And you have Calicut University, which has a department of folklore. I'm sure with Mina Murad from Paris, from documenting wisdom. Yes. Yes, Mina. And Renato and Rosella. Rosella sent you a message, Milanini, from all the way from Tromsø in Norway. She was listening to you. Imagine the way this technology is helping us to come together. So let's explore the technology before it takes us over. Technology can consume you, but we should be aware of that. And let's use this technology for coming together and sing together. We shall overcome. Thank you so much, Siddharth.
Thank you, Amarji.
And Amarji, we all will meet on the banks of Nila River.
Oh, yeah, Vijay is here.
In
Yes,
person,
Vijay.
right? Yeah.
Yes,
Welcome.
please.
Thank you.
Please, you were saying something.
Continue, Jeta.
No. What I was saying is that we will all meet in person on the banks of River Nila.
Yes. Yes.
Physically.
Yes, we will go to Danube. We will go to River Seine in Paris. And
Yes.
Danube
I'm
is the
already
longest
dressed.
river. Danube is the longest river in the world. You know that, Vijay, but they're not fighting. We fight over river waters, every state. So there's something I think this festival can teach us. There's something which this festival can share, this whole width, breadth and depth of thought, and how we can share Danube thought. Let me call it Danube thought. Yeah. And this Braj and Blues, Mridalini, it came together very well with your introduction. So thank you so much for.
It was your idea. I just followed what you said. It was your ideation. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
But this confluence of rivers, the Nila will have many tributaries. Danube will have many tributaries. Ganges have many tributaries. So this festival will spread into tributaries of thought. Vijayan, it's so nice to have you.
Nila is the longest river in Kerala. Nila is the longest river.
Longest river, yes. In the Malabar, right?
Yeah.
In the Malabar area.
Thank you.
In all of Kerala, actually. The 44 rivers in Kerala.
Okay. Wonderful.
But for that, one has to count the part of the river which is in Tamil Nadu also. It flows through Tamil Nadu to Kerala.
Okay. So let's hope, let's look forward to Mina Raj.
Yes, can if I can just add something, I just wanted to say that how much I enjoyed being invited to the festival at the competition session, and how was very important the discussion we had. And thank you very much for Amrit, that I know from Iran, where he saw my first film 8 years ago and gave me the best prize for that film. And I am following what he told me at that time. It has been lightening my life as a filmmaker. And I never forget what he was saying. And what we did at the discussion that you organized, all the words, all the exchanges are echoing in my mind. And they are again making me follow and be determined to follow my way on this documentary. And I want to emphasize that how much important is your festival in this time today, in this time that all the festivals, even ethnographic and anthropologic festival, they have another way of looking at it, much more maybe commercial, much more colonized. So it was very interesting to see that in your festival, there is not this colonized way of organizing, of looking at the folklore, of looking at the heritage culture. The culture has been brought by the people who are making them, not from outsiders who are looking at them. And you are out of this channel of marketing festivals around the world. I have done a lot of Zoom meetings in the festivals that the film that you saw have been programmed. But this time at Nila Festival, with the discussion that Amrit Gangar invited us, and thank you of Rosella who joined us from Tomso, and we had very deep discussion. And I think that is the way, and that is the way that all the other festivals should follow what you did here. And there is a place to continue like you did. Everything was very symbolized, even your posters, even the creation of your marketing, even the way that you were putting that on the Facebook, by organizing the face-to-face, even this closing ceremony, that is which touchable. We want to dance, we are here, we can listen to you. So you are showing another way of organizing that. And I think for the future of documentary, we as filmmakers, and also the you as critics, organizer, and thinker of cinema, we have to do something together. And you can have this leader point of doing. So let us continue. Maybe why don't you organize some meeting points during the year before we come to Kerala next year to continue our discussion about how to keep the heritage culture of the past and give it to present and to give it to future. That is the word that needed for tomorrow. So I want to encourage you, and I will say that we can follow you from France, and we have festivals here and organizing to things also in Brazil, that with Renato Atias. I'm sure we can continue to collaborate together, but put us in a schedule with Amrit, great thinker of cinema, who is lightening our road. There are a lot to say, and with wonderful jury that you assembled around you. I think good road, and thank you very much for this beautiful festival. I had my award. My award was being here with you and following this festival. Thank you very much.
So fantastic, Meena, so good. So precious words that we all should applaud. I think Siddharth is going to have quarterly screenings too. Every quarter, no, Siddharth? Every quarter will there be?
Certainly. It is not, we have not planned for quarters, but frequent, perhaps more than quarters.
Okay, maybe the six events a year, every 2 months or so. Something like that, but this will be, regular going on.
Yes.
Something or the other. This festival will be the meeting place, Meena.
Great.
For many, many people across the world. So this will be the hub.
An year-round activity.
Yeah.
I agree, because one thing that was very striking to me is how very fast you put together this festival. I could not believe. And there were almost too many interviews. I couldn't watch them all. And if it were spread out, I would. I mean, I know that they will be on the Facebook page so that I can go back to them, but there's something about being part of a live discussion that is very exciting. And the organic aspect of this festival is so impressive. The design, I love the design. And I loved watching all of these films, many of them made not by outsiders, but by people from various cultures. And the insights were incredible, very moving, very thoughtful, very thought-provoking, not necessarily answering questions about traditional culture and the environment, but saying, the lack of one consensual point of view was helpful, because we live in such a confusing world, and there's so much, and we're interconnected, and there are no simple answers. So I found it incredibly moving to watch the films. And then I was just stunned you could throw this together. I mean, from August till now, this is like no time at all. And I wish in the United States, Canada, and elsewhere in the world that more people would have the option of knowing about you, not in a big flashy publicity effort, but people who are interested in this kind of connection, because we are all citizens of the world more now than ever, and we need each other more than ever. So this was quite an amazing and heartwarming experience for me. Thank you so much.
So encouraging for young people, Kathy. So encouraging, your words, so precious.
Yohani, I see that you have to leave.
Thanks so much.
Is there something you would like to say before you go, Yohani? You're on mute. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, there is some noise in my home, but sorry, I have to pick my son at school. It's almost the time to run there, but I would have been part of the talk, of course, because I totally agree with what all of you said, and I'm following this way of thoughts too. So I hope we can share those ideas and films in the future, of course. And yeah, there is so much things to do to spread that kind of spirit through this festival, and I really appreciate the spontaneity you had to build up this in some weeks. It was amazing. So continue, long live to the festival, and let's try to talk deeper if we can later in a future. I cannot develop. I'm very sorry because of the time for my son, but thank you to all of you, and long live the festival. All the best.
Thank you, Yohani.
Can I invite you for a festival in Paris? This will be online in December. This is a festival that I'm organizing on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of December. And we will have a Zoom session. And normally we invite the other festivals and networking that we have around the world. So we can discuss about that, Siddharth, later on to see how we can organizing. And with Amrit, I will write you more. But I can organize a panel on the Zoom that we can meet each other again and maybe talk about this experience and how it was. It will be online. It is on Après Baron. I will send you. It's our 7th edition. It's a school made by Jean Rouche that I founded the festival and association, and it is internationally. The people come from Georgia, from Brazil, from America, from Canada. I invite all the person that I meet around the world, but I think we can discuss about it and keep in mind the date. And Siddharth and Amrit and please, Viana, you think about how you want to present the experience you have with all the guests that are here. So yes. One of these days we organize 1 hour, 1 hour and a half about your festival.
These two ladies want to swim in the Nila River. Mina and Rosella, where is Rosella? Rosella, we want to listen to your voice, please.
Rosella has sent a message on the chat box saying that she has to leave and she's gone. Gone. And Yohani is gone.
She said that she wrote a message and she said that she's agreed with all we said and she's following us. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we also decided that Nila Folklore Festival publishes a small book out of what we discussed, and it was really, really good. Vijayan spoke so well, and he also wrote on Facebook.
Yes.
So beautifully, so profoundly, Vijayan. Thanks a lot. And that will be, not many festivals do this. I think no festival does this. This Nila Folklore Festival will do. And we had Gabo. We had Gabriel Garcia Marquez in our discussion. We had Gandhi in our discussion. We had Satyajit Ray in our discussion. So many people came in. It was not a very esoteric event. It's organic, as Kathy said it. It's very important. This word is key word. This is an organic festival, as it should be, as folklore is. This organic quality that Nina is it. You have gone so far away, Nina. in the land of water, flooding.
Nice to see you, Amrit.
Yes. Your students are doing wonderful job. Savitri and Annie and wonderful.
It's been wonderful to be a part of this festival. Thanks to
Yes.
all of you. And then wonderful to be on a jury with Kathy and Amdan.
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
really, really lovely.
Yes.
Yeah. I learned a lot.
Yes, every one of us is learning. Every moment is for learning. And this folklore will teach us many, many things.
Yes.
I think we are so ignorant. We barely know 1% of the world. But we are so arrogant, destroying this world every day. So we will be learning from these people in the forest.
Meghnad ji, would you like to share your thoughts? How can we take it forward? What about the traveling idea that you also had? You're on mute currently.
When you are talking about different river, I just sing a 4 line of a song on rivers in Bangla. চারটি নদীর গল্প শোনো, দেখছে পৃথিবীর লক্ষ্য নয়ন, ভারতের গঙ্গা, চীনের ইয়াংচি, মিসিসিপি, ভিয়েতনামের মেকং, চারটি নদী গল্প শোনো. So this is how we can unite people from 4 different parts of the world, and now you have in this festival united so many people from different part of India and different part of the world. So that reminded me of the song. As I see that, I had the opportunity to be in Kathmandu for that International Folk Music Film Festival also. And they had tried to organize things in very limited budget. They had organized beautiful type of a thing that Norma Blanc sees no more. But she and many others from Nepal itself did a beautiful, beautiful festival. They are doing still now, they are doing it. And now I see your festival. I and Amritji may have attended so many festivals with so much of budget, but here with limited thing, the way you all are trying to organize and blessing with the technology that you have in front of us. Amritji was telling that our days we did not have so many technology. Now with all this technology, if we can do it and if we can increase the intensity of showing, like if we can increase to schools and colleges, somewhere like that, the viewing participant will also give us certain amount of charge within us, our battery charge. That has to be also increased in some way. But I want to say hats off. I am very happy that I sat down with Siddharth and many other. And as Amritji again telling, our white hair is becoming black by sitting with many black hairs. So I'm very happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Wonderful, Meghnad. Meghnad comes from a very musical family. His father was a lyricist and very close to Salil Chaudhary, and it's so important. You can sing many songs, I know. Gaon Chhodab Nahi. Can you sing a few lines of that? It's a beautiful song you composed. You composed beautiful.
That I don't, but at present,
Please, Meghnad ji, Gaon
Thoda
Chhodab
गा दो.
गाँव छोड़ब नहीं, जंगल छोड़ब नहीं, अरे माए माटी छोड़ब नहीं, लड़ाई छोड़ब नहीं, गाँव छोड़ब नहीं.
क्या बात.
Thank you.
So it's coming together very nicely, Nina. This
Yes.
Not very formal, but still it has its own feet on the ground.
So among the dignitaries seated here, Gadranji, we haven't heard from you yet. You're on mute, okay? You're on mute.
Absolutely wonderfully organized. I loved the range of the films that was there in the panorama. and the competition. It was a completely wide range. It happened naturally. I know we were not, looking for those kind of entries, but when they came, they actually came. And I really believe we have a tough task for next year, because as you rightly said, Vinod Raja was the pillar of this, absolutely the pillar, because he is a master when it comes to content and form. And for 35, 40 years, he has, I mean, I rate him as one of the finest documentary filmmakers I have come across. And to have him as part of In Focus, we will have a tough job getting another guy next year. I can guarantee you that. And as Amrit and I go back many, many years, we are part of the Bombay Film Society movement. And we actually believed in what he said. Let's take a 1 week rest and start for the next year, because that is the way to start. I mean, that is what we used to do. Whenever we had a festival, we used to take a little. I was reminded of Khalil Gibran in The Prophet. He says, "A moment of rest upon the wind, and another woman shall dare me." The whole beautiful game of just a pause, and then we start all over again, because there is no time to lose. So on that happy note, let's meet 1 week from now, at least Amrit and you and Vinod and Vijayan, all of us, and the young guys, and take it forward from there. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ganga.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Vinodata, how about you? Would you like to?
No, I've already covered in the beginning. I'm eagerly waiting for others to speak, and I'm patiently listening. It's very good points, and I think as both of them mentioned, I think we should not be taking a break, at least small break, and then we should be planning for 2022. And thank you so much. I'm eagerly waiting for others to share the feedbacks, and then we can correct, and we are learning. Thank you so much, and exciting.
So,
Renato is not around. No?
Renato is not.
No, he had to go. He had
Okay.
classes.
We have Amudan though, I think. Amudan?
Yeah, Amudan.
Amudan, can you hear us?
Yes. Hello, hi. Thanks a lot once again. Nice, very good known face here.
Your voice is not clear.
Can you hear me? So nice to see all our senior folks who have always been our, influencing members in my filmmaking career and festival career. So thanks for inviting me. And as we discussed in the beginning, I think we should also start thinking about the mobile phone filmmaking, and so that people can start making videos at the local level. Probably when you have time, we can do the mobile phone filmmaking workshop. One can shoot, record, edit, and broadcast using mobile phones, and so that it can be completely free from big budget. It can be free from institutions. It can be free from the governments. So it can be highly democratized. So please think about that, so that we can do something like that. And as a jury member, thank you very much. We had a great time. I thank Dr. Kathy, Dr. Nina for being there, for discussing, listening to each other, helping each other to understand the films. So it was a wonderful time, and congratulations. I'll be always there. Whenever you need, I will be always there to support and participate in the festival. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Amudan.
And Amudan, thanks a lot for being with us, and all the best for your Madurai International Film Festival, forthcoming festival. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
So, in the end of this, I have one good news to share. Kathy had initially introduced us to somebody called Tom Davenport, who runs the Folk Streams. It's a website, it's an archive, it's a place of archive for folk films, and he runs it out of the United States. Last week he had contacted us and he asked us if we would like to associate with Folk Streams to create an archive of Indian folk films. Now, it is not an easy task for somebody to start anew, but we have his considerable experience. And if he is going to help us do it, then I suppose we should all say yes to it and maybe find a way forward and try to archive most of these films. So currently, if you go back to the website, all the films have been taken off. In fact, a student called me, asked me today if she could access Vinod Raja's film because she was working on a film project and then she was referring to it, but now it's no longer there. So I had to contact Vinod and then so somehow we gave her the permission to work on it, but these nuggets of wisdom need to be in place somewhere. And while it might not be possible for us to get all the films, some of the films we might be able to find, and this idea of archiving at least online to begin with is a step forward. I think that is some good news that has come out by the end of the festival.
There are some individuals like P. Sainath has created a massive archive.
I've seen Pari,
also
yeah.
data,
Yeah.
database.
Yes.
So there are institutions and individuals we can approach, so
Yes.
that you have those connections. You don't have to repeat that. So many a time we go on repeating the work, so which is already there. We have to find out first. This requires some research. Do some research before you plunge into archiving. Archiving has its own complications about copyrights and all that. But I think eventually we'll be able to solve that. Eventually, there are many films which are lying because of the technological reasons. Pneumatic, I said in one of the sessions, that pneumatic films which are lying there and they're useless now, obviously, because there's no player. So we have to find out the means to retrieve them. So these are all even VHS cassettes. Many people have hundreds of VHS cassettes, but they cannot be digitized or whatever the reason. Either fungus, they got the fungus. Even our National Film Archive situation is not so good. The National Film Archive, which has all the support from the government, all the money, not enough money, but government. States archive, there are all the states, some of the states have their own archives, for example. But this folklore, I think we have to focus very deeply and define this subject as broadly as possible and try to include that. I think Nila can be the only archive. Nila Folklore Film Festival can develop the only archive, not only in India, but in the world. And this could be global. You can start with Kerala. There are many films which are there. I can cite you some examples if you like, and you can approach them, the filmmakers. Get those films. They may be in 16mm or 35mm. They may require some telecine. All that will require some money also. So you have to do some research, very deep research in the beginning, and then find out where are the niches, where you can approach them, the filmmakers. We can unearth. It's archaeological work. You have to really be an archaeologist to dig those facts out, dig those films out. It's over years we have not preserved. We have made silent films, for example, more than 1,300. I think around 15, but we have only 2% of those films in the archive, National Film Archive. All the silent films are gone. They're not there. So the first film, Raja Harishchandra of Dada Saif Phalke, what archive has is 1917 film, not 1913. Only 2 reels, first and the last reel. This mobile phone idea is good, but you have to be very, very careful about this because this is a challenge to preservation. This technology, as we were discussing, materiality. So this materiality is important. So we have to be careful with technology, how much we can use that in terms of preservation or conservation. Whether this mobile phone idea can be penetrated into forest, deep into forest. Whether they can, because they can make the film. As Madhu was telling us, the other day, when we're discussing Vinod Raja, myself, and Madhu Bhushan, she also referred to some films that local people had made on mobile phone. but whether they can be preserved, I don't know. So these are, I think we should do some brainstorming, Vijay and Vinodji and you and all these young people, do some brainstorming about the archiving aspect. And this is very important, that restoration is another thing. Restoration is very complicated process, frame by frame, And I was on a committee recently. We just finished our Gujarati film thing, and not many films are saved now in Gujarati. And the archive had asked the government, there is the Film Heritage Mission appointed by the government of India. You know that? Film Heritage Mission. Huge money, huge backup, this financial backup and all that. But not many films have been preserved in language. Gujarati, for example. They asked us to prioritize what should be preserved in 4K, what should be in 2K, what should be in general category. So we made there was a committee of 3 members, and we just day before yesterday finished the listing. Malayalam film also has some committee. So this Film Heritage Mission is doing that work, but ours is a very, very focused subject. The folklore, and maybe environment is included in that, we don't know, but folklore includes that. The wisdom is all about retaining our environment. Folklore is nothing beyond that. The woman living in the forest knows it. Therefore, the documenting wisdom, let's call it wisdom museum or wisdom archive, and under that umbrella of wisdom, we can gather as much as possible. I can send you some names that I have in mind from Kerala who had made such films. And all of our friends can also gather this and first make the database as wide as possible. Approach Sainath, what he has, and then let's see what we can conduct. There is a museum of grains, food grains. We don't know the many qualities of rice. So many qualities of rice, we don't know. Our younger people still know lesser than what we do. But these rice quality is so many across India. All this becomes part of folklore, I think. But we have to do some brainstorming on that. What do you say, Vijay?
Yes, very valuable suggestion, Amarji. And I think we will have a separate deliberation on this, and because these things will definitely provide a lasting impression. Or that is what we can do for the posterity.
Right.
It's a really great suggestion.
Archiving is a big challenge now.
Yes,
archiving is a big challenge, particularly digital and technology becomes obsolete. The producers of technology, they are very clever.
I think we will have a separate, entire detailed session on these aspects.
Exactly.
Whenever at a mutually convenient time, and we'll definitely.
Yes. And involve some specialists.
May I add, actually, just to give a background, in 2018, while he started the River Archive, when NSSC, National Folklore Support Center, initiated 5 community archives in India. River Nila was the first one initiated with the Fort support. And 2018 we started, and in Kerala, except other 4 places, here we considered entire river stretch, 50 kilometers of river, and 44 communities we were planning to document it. And initially we were getting some support, and then finally NSSC closed it. Fort stopped funding to them. And now, we have been talking to Sahabidia and building up sort of template for archiving culture and everything. And Sudha ma'am was helpful, and we're taking it up. And as you rightly mentioned, archives are almost dead informations. Like any of the Indian archives or any other archives you see, nobody's really using. Only few researchers will go and take the information. But we took it another way, we built a river module using the information what we archived. And we started going to colleges and the schools. Actually, the river module is based on some social engineering aspects we have taken. So that is, we are aggressively taking it. And the film festival is also a byproduct of dissemination mechanisms, which he thought about the River Nila archive. And as you rightly mentioned, it's a good suggestion. And Kathy was here in Kerala and spent time with us to helping us in archiving, because she was working as archivist in the US. So, and we have so much of information available, and a 2 hard disk full of the cultural information. We were using anthropological classifications to document, and it was done by no experts. Our own community people were doing it actually. So the idea is that we'll take it. Siddharth was instrumental last year, and we were doing some Live with Nila social campaign with colleges and encouraging students to go back to their villages and document it. And as Amada mentioned, using mobile as a platform. So I'm just giving a background. So we are on top of it. Definitely we'll discuss. We'll have a separate, as Vijay mentioned, we'll have a separate discussion, and then we'll bring what all we are doing currently into a plate, and then we'll discuss it. And thank you so much. I think it's a very interesting discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe Mr. PM Narayanan is there. If you can just step in and share his thoughts. Are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Peter. Actually, I'm here just to listen to you all. It has been a great session which is going on, and the best part of the whole festival is that what I should say. I mean, we are living in an ecosystem of visual tsunami. In this system, it is always good to have some people to curate some film and see, okay, please watch these films. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys. And I happened to see some of these films, and it was really a great experience. And just to add one point, I think to democratize the filmmaking process, that is why I said that mobile is the best medium, because it gives freedom to the filmmaker, and a lot of technical nitty-gritties which actually prohibit people to get into filmmaking can be kind of bypassed if you use film, and we will get decently good content, picture, the sound, everything with mobile. So I think you should encourage it. So that's a small suggestion. But however, thank you so much. And it was a pleasure to be with you all. Thank you so much.
And
Vijay.
we will definitely use your expertise in training youngsters. Please.
Anytime.
Thank you for being with us.
This is something that we had discussed in the beginning of the festival as well. We had this
I was about to.
Yeah, we wanted this idea that we have a couple of classes or like a week-long session for people who are from the background of folk arts or folk crafts to tell their own stories. And people like Nina had stepped up and said that she'll come take classes for us. But it's just been so much work over the last 2 months that once this is perhaps the first day I'm going to take rest. It's been working like that throughout.
I can understand it really. Yes, it's a lot of job.
There were so many ideas that we had, very interesting ideas. We wanted to start a magazine. We wanted to have a magazine for the river for the festival with regular updates of. We've had about 50 plus interactions with people from various parts of the world, and we wanted to document all of it. And we wanted to have a separate magazine for this. We wanted to identify editor. We wanted to identify writers. We went to colleges, and in the end, what always happens is somewhere the chain breaks, and then the whole idea gets collapsed. But I suppose moving forward, if we can plan it a year ahead, most of these issues could be handled somehow. Again, we are learning as we are moving forward, and right now we have experienced film curators and festival conductors with us. There's Amud and there's Amritji. So I'm hoping that with their guidance, we'll perhaps there's Mina who's organizing festivals in France, and with their guidance, I hope perhaps we'll be able to take it with a little more direction, because currently we walked into it blind. This year perhaps we will be a little bit more prepared, and I think I don't remember who it was who mentioned it, but we were talking about the composition of men and women. I was joking to my friend yesterday that the W in NIFFFI stands for women. It's not because we have not tried to bring in the female counterparts and companions, but somewhere along the line we get. I don't know what happens. I mean, this is something that we had to correct from last year. Even last year, when you look at Facebook and such, you can very clearly see who's watching your film and who's participating in the event. It is generally 80% men. And okay, some of it is because in India, social media and mobile phones is not perhaps very prevalent among younger girls and women. But even then, 80% men is a number that we should be alarmed about. There should be active steps taken to make it more democratical. These are some of the concerns that I had while
I think we had, while the initial discussions itself, we had this, we have raised when me, Siddharth and Sangeet was, when I was pitching into the film festival, and we tried a little amount this time, but somehow it turns out to be fail. But actually we were saying about the composition of people in the committees and who decides upon it. All these things, I think, coming year we have to work on it. That's what we tried, but let's try again, fail better.
Where we had some sort of a control. For example, the jury. We insisted that the jury be majority women. So we had that control when we wanted to do it. But then there are other areas where we did not have any control. For example, viewership, and it still suffers. And I don't know how we can go about it, or perhaps it is okay. But maybe that is something that we can think about.
Right. Have nice sleep and
Not
rest.
Right.
Thank you. Thank
Can
you
I
for
say
that.
something?
Yes,
please.
Thank
Well,
you.
There
Yes.
is there has been something in many films that I saw at the festival that you wanted to know more about archiving, the way that they worked on that, or maybe much more scientific research about the way that they work it, like ethnomusicologists. Maybe it's good to have in your next festivals some master classes near the films, not only talking about the film, the way it, but you wanted really to know what this ethnomusicologist has been done as a researcher. So it is nice to open that as a master class or gathering, so that will bring something more to the film. Not only discussing the film, but having or the reflection on archive. You know, I've been working in my different films, different archive from Iran, Quebec, with Pierre Perrault, Jean Rouch, and also in Brazil, different approach to archive. Bringing this discussion with some specialists, it's very nice.
Yeah, Mr. Rolf Kellinius, he's a council member of us. He's an eminent musicologist, curator, museum thing, and he has been with us and he participated in deliberations and will definitely rope in his expertise and do something.
And we had Polo also participating in the discussions. Yeah. So definitely it's a good suggestion. So we'll bring in more people. And of course, Kathy brings a lot of experience in archiving with the Library of Congress US. So I think that's a good point. That's the ultimate aim of bringing in this, actually, how do we archive it and then disseminate it back into the community. Good suggestion.
And the last thing I wanted to say is Amritji suggested it, and we're going ahead with a small festival catalog of all the posters that we've done and some of the work that we've done. Maybe some of the discussions can become part of it, so that we can wrap it up nicely, so that there's something for all of us to remember it with. Maybe physical copies. I mean, actually physical copies, printed copies, and I'll keep you all updated about it. It is not going to be immediate. Give me some time, but I will be working behind it as soon as. Amritji, I can't hear you.
I stopped.
Yeah, man.
So I think that's enough. Thank you so much, Meena. Everyone. Vijayanji.
Vijayanji.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we can.
I think let us formally wind it up, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anybody else who is to speak quickly if they want to come in?
Vote of thanks now.
Yes. Well, as the old adage says, all good things has to come to an end at some point of time. And time, Amritji, time.
Yes.
Yeah. And so the time has come to draw down the curtains of the second edition of Nila International Folklore Film Festival. I'll be temporarily only, because the curtains will be down only temporarily because we will immediately raise it, and we will continue our film exhibition, film discussion, and because it will be an ongoing process all around the year. And we will start from the ground level, from the village level, which will create an that affinity of watching meaningful, aesthetically and culturally relevant films from our village level to top. That's what we intend to do in the future. And NIFFFI would like to place on record our deep gratitude to all the filmmakers who have submitted their films. But as everyone knows, not all the films could be accommodated in the final selected list, or not all the films could be considered for the awards. But that doesn't mean that the other films are not good, or these are the, but comparatively the jury has to decide up on some point of time. But really thank you all the filmmakers for contributing, sharing their films with the NIFFFI. And a special word of thanks to all the filmmakers who joined us for the interactions on their films, and also for the eminent persons from various backgrounds and professions who moderated and provided a lively discussion, which provided valuable insight on the films and ultimately enriched the discussions. And another notable thing which we have attempted to do is to rope in students to participate as hosts, because we firmly believe, yes, as you used to say, we silver-haired people are oldies, and now it is on the shoulders of the youth or the youngsters who has to take the things forward. So we had roped in them so that they also get an exposure and be with such eminent personalities. And so I thank all the students who participated in these interactions as hosts. And as really grateful to the three eminent juries, because ultimately it's a very difficult task to select out of some excellent films, how to choose. It's a very arduous task, no doubt. And so I thank all the three jury members for their valuable time and involvement and helping us in identifying the excellent films. Thank you, all the three jury members. And thanks are also due for the Blackfyre award winners, the two films which won the selected by the jury, and also for the films which got a special mention in the thing. So thanks to all the congratulations to all the award winners and who found a special mention in that. And there are some artists who had performed in our inaugural ceremony as also in the closing ceremony. Like we had Megha Singh Dalton, then today Mrinalini, the Pulvan Part singers. They are a father-son duo. And it was a wonderful experience because I was there while recording that thing, and in the rural ambience, in the background of that green paddy fields. It was such this thing. And so thanks to those Pulvan Part singers, as also the Wiley's bamboo band. It's local that musicians which are based in our village only. So thank them also. And we'll be sending the memento for the award winners through Korea. So I would like to thank the, it's made in wood. And I also, I would like to place on record our thanks for the sculptors who had carved it. So they also need our thanks to them. And all this was possible because of our partners. Wiley is our founder partner, then Roots Video, the OTT partner, then Asti, the design partner. They need a special mention, the designing of the posters and the entire team, they had done a marvelous job. Then Sahapedia was our outreach partner. Then IGNC and the Films Division were our event partners. then Center for Intangible Cultural Heritage Studies at the Sri Shankaracharya Sanskrit University at Kaladi. They were our academic partner, and a special word of thanks to Mr. Jairaj, the chairman of NIFFFI, and Mr. Vinod Nambiyar, our director, and a special word for those who have watched and enjoyed the films. See, if there is no people to watch the films, then all this is going to be a waste, all these efforts. So it's a special thanks are due to them, persons who watched and encouraged us. And all this was made possible by the unstinted support provided by the volunteers who assisted the organizing team, and also to my fellow coordinators, and we all worked as a team. And to sum up, it has been a learning experience. There has been so many glitches, so many flaws. We have identified some areas where we can improve, we can make improvement in the subsequent editions. And it has been a very learning experience and an unforgettable journey along with NIFFFI. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Good night. Bye.
There is a small performance.
Now there's a music. No?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play the music and then we will listen to it and leave.
Yes, yes. Something else is coming up. Please be there to enjoy. Wonderful. now we come to an end of the marathon session. And thanks everybody for being with us once again. Yeah. So bye-bye.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Good night, good
Bye-bye.
evening, good morning to everyone.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you.